I'm trying to figure out what type of video to shoot for my walk back home, and I'm realizing I should probably talk about this one thing, man, being alone. I'm out here in nature, and that's one of the things I like to do now. Everything in life doesn't require spending money. Got a good camera. Actually have a few good cameras. Have an iPhone camera, have an Android camera. I have a high definition video recorder camera that I will shoot my YouTube videos and whatnot. And other than being out on the beach and recording things and taking pictures, sometimes I'm out in the middle of the night taking pictures of different things, normally things that people don't ever get a chance to look at or even pay attention to. Animals, insects. I just got through taking a few pictures of animals right on the lake. Man, and I'm thinking, man, I really enjoy being by myself. This isn't anything new. It's just, it's always been that way. It's like, I'm my father's only child, and, I just never, I guess I could say large crowds of people have always been attracted to me, and vice versa. Again, I kind of like being the life of the party sometimes. I kind of like, again, I can either be the quietest person in the room or the loudest person in the room. It makes no difference to me. But yeah, man, I love my time alone, and I enjoy my time alone, man. It's just so relaxing, so refreshing. You get to hear yourself talk. You get to come up with your own ideas and not be influenced by other people and what other people want you to do. That's the tricky part of life, man. Everyone needs a leader, and this is the reason why we have politics, and this is the reason why we have leaders and kings and presidents, because people don't know how to make their own decisions in life. Everyone's always looking for someone to tell them what to do, even though they're fully capable. They have, 2 arms, 2 legs, a brain, their senses are fully functional, but they need to go to a job for someone to place rules on them and tell them what to do for 8 hours, or whatever the case may be. Sometimes it may be a child or something like that still lives with their parents or something like that. People older than me that still live with their parents. It's just like, you need leadership and you need guidance and you need direction from someone. And it's always weird like that. That's the whole thing with the customer service industry. Like me, myself, I work in the customer service industry. But ask me how many times I've actually called into any type of customer service in any industry. Like very rarely, if ever. And I rather go through the freaking soft phone or speak to an automated voice machine so that I don't have to deal with people. Now on vice versa, I can kind of understand it. Working in the call industry for almost 15 years is like, I speak with so many people and I see, how people want to talk with and connect with a real life person versus being put in some automated phone system. Again, because they need proper leadership from someone. But, I always enjoyed my time alone, man. I always liked telling myself my own stories, giving myself my own advice. Who's the best person to give you advice versus other than the person that's actually been through them? You yourself. Now, there's different people out there that need therapy. They need to be evaluated. You can't get on WebMD and self-evaluate yourself and be like, oh, I have this. There's a reason why we have experts and leaders out there for people to follow and get advice from. But again, simple things, you're looking for a politician that doesn't even know that you exist, or celebrity that you're so enthralled with that you have all these wall scrolls and all these things all over your wall and you love them so much, but they don't even know that you exist at the end of the day. Man, just through life, man, even with women, even with dudes, they would try to bully me at some points in my life, which I never really had to deal with bullies like that. But they would realize that, oh, this guy's going to be the life of the party. Oh, this is the cool guy. Oh, he's different from me. I better try to be his friend. And when I'm like, nah, then they turn their nose up and they catch an attitude about it. Even women, when they realize that they can't get my attention or they can't get me, they always try a different route, man. I talk about women offering me, barely knowing me, offering me the freaking keys to their cars and things like that to take my lunch break because we were co-workers and things like that. Just all different types of things. I would walk home, or they would see me walking to work, or whatever the case may be, or walking somewhere during lunch. And man or woman, people in general, man, they would always try to offer me rides and things like that. And I'm just like, I enjoy my time alone, man. I really don't. There's no disrespect. Not that I'm refusing your service. They talk about, receiving free things and receiving gifts from people and not turning them down because it's disrespect. But it's like I genuinely enjoy my time alone and things like that. And then at the same time, you start getting in cahoots with these people and they start rubbing off their bad habits on you. So it's like I've always had people, whether it was an adult family member or whether it was a stranger or someone that was trying to get to know me. Man, I saw you walking down the street the other day and I kept yelling, hey, 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 or hi, or what's up? And you just kept walking like you didn't hear nobody. All I saw was some headphones in your head. What, you listening to music? Yes. It's therapeutic for me. That's my thing. That's what I grew up doing. Walking throughout these streets and listening to music. So when people are trying to say, it's actually you're interrupting me. See, you can look at it from a different angle. You will look at me as turning down something from you, but I look at it as you disrespecting me. You're trying to get into my energy and you're distracting me from the things that I want. I don't care. And I've had this happen. I don't care if I'm walking in the rain and someone offers me a ride home or offers me or whatever. Like, I don't want it. Leave me alone. I'm perfectly fine. The slaves have been through worse, and I've literally had to say this to people. I've literally had to sit 10, 15 people down, and they would get upset and mad at me. We would all play charades or whatever, and I would always win, and you'd have someone get slick out the mouth and say, oh, you just so smart, huh? You always winning. Matter of fact, I saw you the other day walking in the rain, and you act like you ain't want to talk to nobody and you hear nobody. Everybody has a different story about me. And I'm just like, what? What am I, like the golden child? What, like... I've literally had people feel like if I don't come into work and say good morning to them or hi to them, that their whole day was ruined. Like, I would walk into work and I would have whole married women clap their hands as soon as I walk in the door, like, yay, he's here. Like, you have a whole man at home. Turned out these were the females that was doing stuff behind closed doors that no one knew about. And I wouldn't even get in contact. I wouldn't be get myself in these types of groups with these types of individuals and things like that. Again, being offered all these different things, access to access, man. It's like, but I don't know. I guess people must see something different in me. Like, even growing up, my best friends throughout my teenage years, you know how people would get in trouble and they would be on punishment and their parents would take away their things. Even friends, even girls that I've dated, usually a man has a problem with a dude dating his daughter. I've literally only had that happen once. Very complicated situation. But like, even with my friends and things like that and their parents, it's like, while they would be on punishment or they would be in trouble, their parents looked at me in a certain way, whether they was getting to know me or not. And they would be like, yeah, it's something different about this dude. You can go and hang out with him. Like, even while you're on punishment, you can hang out with him. So it was always an interesting situation, and it was always like just a different aura that I've carried about myself, where people, just opened up a whole new world for people, man. It's always something different. I'm talking about, I've had preachers and pastors, staunch preachers and pastors that wouldn't let any of their friends in the house and things like that. And then all of a sudden now, you the only, like my friend would tell me, you're the only friend that I have that my father would let in the house, that my mother would let in the house. Like, I'm on punishment, right? And because it's you, my parents actually let me play, or like, and I knew this stuff. Like, after you start hearing it so much over and over, even dating girls, it's like, I don't deserve you. Like, I've fallen in love with you just so fast. I can't believe it. This is scary. And all these different types of things that I hear. And even me having the discernment. It's like, I'm not trying to fall in love with you. I'm just trying to date you. Go to an arcade or go to a movie or something. Like, it's weird. Like, people do all these declarations. Like, you'll have a group of schoolgirls or a group of school dudes. They'll graduate high school and then they'll do these weird blood pacts like, oh, let's all get pregnant at the same time while we're graduating high school so that we can still stay connected. It's like, nah, I'm good. I'm straight. Y'all can do that. I'm going to continue to bop by myself with my headphones, or what do we have back in the day before iPhones came out? iPods with the whole season of Boondocks on it. Like, y'all go do y'all thing, man. I'm not into all this crazy stuff y'all into, man. But yeah, man, just stories on top of stories coming out for the Christmas day. Just people, man, leaders and followers. There's always a major difference. It's never a slight difference. It's always a major difference in the energy and the aura of these people. Again, my life is crazy. My name, the letter of my first name is A. The first letter of my last name is W. So it's like I could be either leader. I could play the leader in the front or the leader in the back. I was either the first person to get called, because they would be slick sometimes and they would start from the end. So W. So it was always like that, man. I've been teachers' pets, so-called teachers favorite me out of all the students. I've led the school in honor rolls, and I've led the school in spelling bees, and went all do all these different types of competitions. I've been to karate tournaments where I've placed. Just all different types of things. Even, I talk about card games, playing Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh and all types of adult themed card games, and just traveling from city to city and state to state. Never been to a con, never been to a super con or a cosplay event or anything like that. But these are the types of things that I've been through, man. That I've done. That I've been a leader in myself. I set my own stage. I blaze my own trail. There's no reason for me to follow what my father has done. There's no reason for me to follow what my mother has done, or what my friends have done, or what any of these people have done. When I sat there in classroom in elementary and then came home and told my mom that I was going to be the first black president. So, again, man, it's always something with me, man. Always something. Couldn't even die 17 years ago. God just had to keep me on this dang planet. You know how upset I am about that. But I talk about being 16 years old and getting that little bit of information and being like, wow, man, I'll never be able to experience so many things that people twice my age get to experience. I'll never become liquor legal. I'll never be able to drive a car and just do all these different things. And, I've been granted the additional years and the anointing to use my discernment to overcome all these obstacles and just be the person that I am, man. I guess I must be like Neo in the Matrix. In the Matrix Reloaded, when he saw Seraph, when he went to go see the Oracle, and he saw the Asian dude with the glasses on that he had to fight, and when he looked at him in his Matrix eyes, he was in all white. I guess that's how people must look at me. Like, as they see me bopping down the street, they must just see like music notes coming off the top of my head, and I just must be glowing or something like that. Like, every step that I take must leave like a fire footprint or something like that. I don't know, man. They're like, this guy. Yeah, man. Small life stories. The gift of gab, the gift of God. And that's just me, man. It's always been that way. I've never needed $1 million. I've never needed a group or a crowd of people. The $1 million would come to me. The group or crowd of people would always come to me. And like a fool, I always turn it down. Like, I don't know, like, life is strange, man. Even looking at going as far as my birth chart in astrology, it's like, now being a Libra sun sign, only thing I care about is truth and honesty. Until you mess with me the wrong way, my emotions, Aries, turn into a beast. But then I walk around as a Cancer rising. I got most of my experience from being around my mom, so I'm very nurturing at the same time. And then I'm descending in Capricorn, which means I was probably born some type of king millions of years ago. So I'm used to money at this point, living in this 3D world in 2021. I know that money comes and goes. Like, it's not that serious. So just imagine a dude walking around with a flaming sword, ready to just cut down any BS. Like, that's literally me. Like, don't bother me while I'm chilling and listening to music, man. I don't want to be bothered. Like, you better be really about to get ready to have a grand conversation and teach me something. But that's life. Catch y'all on the next one, man. 15 minutes.